Arsenal versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Beningwe. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. Football, the clash of the Titans, the final before final in the Champions League, and it is a match between the second leg of the match between Manchester City versus Real Madrid at the Etihad. A match a lot of analysts have been trying to predict, but it's the most difficult thing to predict. Well, you can only try, but you cannot get it right. Well, with me in the studio to discuss the live issue is one and only Mr. Adeyemi. All right. Mr. Yemi, you are welcome to the show. You are welcome to the show, and this is a big match. Yes. A very big match we all have been waiting for. Yes. And
tonight is the night.
The night is the night. We have been cracking our brains, just imagining what will Guardiola come up with, what will Ancelotti come up with. Today we have seen the formation so far. And let me quickly just go through the formation of the match. As a technical formation as arranged by the two managers. Here we see Real Madrid coming up with their conventional 4-3-3. And Guardiola is doing something, I don't know, 3-2-4-1. What a tactics.
Yeah, I saw him use it against Bayern. And looking at it, Real Madrid has been on the back foot for the first 12 minutes of the game. So it explains why he used that formation. Like Spalletti will say, attack.
Yo.
Attack, and attack.
Yeah, and so far, attack. That is what we are seeing in this match. Yes. It's like they have locked Real Madrid, but probably Real Madrid have their own plan. But what we are seeing so far is a total lock.
Yes.
It's a total lock on the Real Madrid team. Yes. And they've just held them in their own half.
Of course.
This tactics, do you think it's going to work for
For me, I think it is the way to go. Because, he played a 4-3-3 in the first leg. Yeah. Maybe Ancelotti will think, okay, maybe that's what he just changed it totally. That's why I was talking about, if you remember, I was talking about Arteta that don't be too predictable. Yeah. If you are too predictable as a coach, you will be limited to your greatness because some things you'll be able to preempt what you will start with.
It is...
Oh!
That is supposed to be a goal.
That was cleared off the line.
It has cleared off the line. The referee is looking at his watch.
Oh,
that should be a goal. The VAR need to check that. The VAR need to check that.
Wow.
Though there is no protest from the player.
That was a good opportunity for Haaland, and he didn't do well. Oh.
But looking at it, there is no protest from the side of the Manchester City. It's like it didn't go in. Huh? Look at the replay. Look at the replay. And Haaland came and headed the ball.
That was a save from Courtois. Oh, Haaland should have done better from here. He should have done better. You aimed the second post, not to the body of the goalkeeper. That was why Guardiola is showing his frustration.
Yeah, but you know when you are on the air, when you're on the air, you hardly get balance. But you understand what I'm saying? You can get balance when you get to the air and you are comfortable. When you are comfortable,
look at the run of play. Yeah. Look at the flight of the ball. You know, as a striker, I've played striking roles. Yeah. When you are in a header position, you go with the ball. You see where the ball is coming to. So when you jump, you know where you want to put your header. Either you want to nudge it down, or you have the power. It's balanced. Not that anybody is disturbing him. Just that a little distraction in front, and he already saw the ball. And the ball went straight to his head. Yeah. So he should be driving the header, not just putting his head to where the ball goes to.
But one, two things I'm trying to say there. You know, it's not comfortable. One, you see him with two defenders. Two is on the air. So sometimes you give it to them. Because two defenders already they are with him. They are making him discomfort. Give him, you understand? Then he's on the air. You understand? Sometimes you can.
These are things that you see.
Yeah.
In the semi-final of the Champions League, you know that they are not going to give you goals on a free. Yeah. You are going to be marked, and you are a striker that people recognize. Yeah. So since you know that they know you, they will mark you. So don't expect a free chance just like that. So you should be prepared for that marking, that they want to mark you out. Yeah. So you should know that a man will stay on you. Bearing in mind that last week, Rudiger did a very frustrating job on him. Yeah. So he should expect more today. So that he was being disturbed, he should have preempted. And they done better than he did. That was a very good chance for Man City.
All right, very good chance for Manchester City. Let us quickly look at the lineup for today's match. Already we are enjoying the match and we are forgetting to know who are the people playing the match. These are the kind of match I want to watch.
Yes.
Final before final.
Yeah. Keep it at the edge
when two elephants meet is the ground that will suffer.
Yeah.
Yo, this is football. This is what I want to see. And let me quickly read out the names of the starting lineup of Real Madrid. We are having Alaba, Benzema, Camavinga, Carvajal, Couture, that's the goalkeeper, Kroos, Milito, Modric, and Rodrigo, Valverde, and Vinicius Junior.
Yeah.
Elias Akpororo.
You know Vinicius, that's their Jinsheng. Yeah. Their power bike. Yeah. So he knows how to pace with the ball. And Modric is a fine one, aging graciously and still playing at the highest level. And when you have guys like that, you should know that you are in for a hell of a game. Talking about Eder Militao in the defense, you can see it was the one that was responsible for clearing that ball off the line. That the header that touched Couture. So we are in for a hell of a game. And we can't wait to see what football will tell us tonight. Yeah, and the lineup of Manchester City at the Etihad, 53,400 capacity of the Etihad. You know, they are watching their players. And this is their lineup. You know, we have Akanji, De Bruyne, Diaz, Ederson, Grealish, Gundogan, Haaland, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Stone, the man at the back like Stone, Okute. John Stone. Okuta Stone. And Walker. This is the lineup. These are the lineup of Manchester City. You know, he's just going for mobility in the defense. You know, Kyle Walker, Akanji, even Diaz, they are very mobile. And they are ball-playing defenders. You know, Guardiola mainly likes ball-playing defenders. Yeah. And when you have Stones and Rodri to stop anything called attack that might come his way, look at that opportunity. No. He knows it's fucked up. You see his reaction. Alan knows if he really messed up. He missed that very good chance. But the game is still young. We can still create more chances. And let's enjoy, because goals makes the game lively, and we get entertained. Because when we see goals, we are happy. Yeah, when we see goals, we are happy. Prior to the match, you know, what is his name? Ancelotti. Ancelotti was saying that football is not about quality of players, but it's about character. You understand? It is about character. It is about capacity. Yeah. You know, sometimes you have all the quality, but you do not work. That in this kind of level of the semi-final, that Real Madrid and Manchester City, they are both good teams. But in this kind of, it is character that will separate the both of them. Not just character. If I want to make that statement, I would say it is not just quality.
Yeah.
Because quality will come into play too,
Yeah.
but not only quality. So now quality must go along with character and discipline. So because in this kind of game, the emotions is high, the pressure is high. You feel tensed. You can sometimes if one is not careful, you can get swallowed up in the moment. So you need that quality, character. Then discipline.
Yeah, discipline was part of the things he talked about.
Yes.
Ancelotti actually mentioned discipline.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Because in this kind of game now, when it gets to a moment, you have to play strictly to the coach's instruction, and that's discipline. Yeah. So there's more to it. There's more to it. Okay. There's more to it. Honestly, there's more to it. And we're enjoying the game.
We are enjoying the game. And prior to the match also, during the press interview, Guardiola was saying, I was not hired to win the Champions League. Yeah. And you know, right now, everybody say that is the only trophy you have not won. That is the only trophy you have not won. But it's like he want to ease off that pressure on him. And he say, I was not hired to win the Champions. That if at this point, the level Manchester City is, that he has done well.
Of course, I agree with him. Because this is not the Man City we used to know, even under Pellegrini. This Man City is dominating everywhere. Europe, domestic, they are in for a treble. They got a domestic treble. Now they are trying to add the European treble to their trophy cabinet. Like it is a European treble, meaning mixed with the locals, the Champions League and FA Cup and the Premier League. And it's only Manchester United that has done that in the past. And right now, Man City is trying to do that, and with this team they have, is something that they have the high tendency of doing. So when he talks about they didn't sign him to win the Champions League, it's actually right to some extent. They just come and improve our squad. They want this squad to go to the level of Barcelona, Real Madrid, and he has been doing that. Man City has been in 3 finals. Back to back to back. 3 seasons now in the Champions League. 3 semi-finals. 1 final. And what more can you say? He has done a good job. And
another chance for Manchester City. This dividend. Oh! What a miss! Couture! This is
Couture.
Do you see that? He has this season alone. This season alone, he has had 16 clean sheets. I think though Ederson has 17. One ahead of him. Yeah. I think he has been, so far, he has been the 2 savior. He has saved 2 goals, 2 clean good goals in this very particular encounter. I want to give it to him. That was a brilliant save.
That was excellent. That is a vision. You know, when you see a header, it is different when the
Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that.
And he's moving. He returned him back to where it was coming from. And he still saved the header. That is a very good one. You have to give it to him. No. He deserves some accolades for that. You know, that explains why Real Madrid won last season Champions League. He had 9 good saves in the final. So, Couture is, Chelsea lost it. He had to force his move out of Chelsea. Chelsea didn't want to sell it. So, since then, Couture, we've not had a consistent goalkeeper for at least 2 seasons.
All right, let's just go for 1 minute break. No, not for 30-second break. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go. Don't go away. This is the final before final. We have a lot in stock for you. Don't go away.
There are 2 chances. Just like you said, Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball and you could have scored. At least you could have given, even if you didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
All right, you are welcome back. You are welcome back. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. We just went for a short break, but we are back now. We are back, and I have a guest to introduce. The key is in the building.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
He's in the building.
That's a very warm welcome. Thank you for a very warm match.
A very warm match.
This is a hot match.
A very hot match. You know, a lot of people have been asking after you, where is Doki? Where is Doki? They miss you a lot.
And you know that the tides are fast changing in this match.
Yeah.
You know, this is a match you don't get to close your eyes for one bit. Don't even snooze. Don't even take water. Because before you know it, anything can happen.
And before you know it, anything can happen. And Manchester City have just hit 1 against Real Madrid, and that goal was scored by Bernardo Silva in the 23rd minute. What a match! What a goal! Doki, you are welcome. Prior to this match and what you have seen so far, this is 24th minute into the first half, and what you have seen so far and what you have preempt before. I mean, about this match, what do you have to say?
To be very candid, I'm not going to be disappointed today.
Yeah.
Real Madrid is not going to get lucky in this match. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, they've been 2-time lucky. Chelsea won, they went back, they equalized. PSG, they did it. You know, they do that all the time. But this one is going to be different. I expect City to win this game fair and square. And City should go ahead and win the Champions League.
All right, Mr. Yemi, now you see the goal. The goal came. It came from the right side of the midfield.
Yeah.
You understand? And it was scored by Bernardo Silva. Is it not this tactics? This 5 and 4, 4, 4, 4, 4,
3,
2, 4, 4, 1.
Yeah.
Is it not what is paying off?
Yeah, it is. You know, I told you when we saw the formation that it is simply like Spalletti will say, attack. And when you keep attacking, when they come at you, the best form of defense is attack. So when you attack, you keep your opponent at bay. They stay at the back. And that's what they have done. Look how many men behind the ball is Madrid playing. That's 8 men behind the ball. So we want to attack in front. So that means they are doing most of the defending. The only thing that can... If Ancelotti knows what he's doing, he needs to change something, tweak his formation now. Because before the first half end, Madrid can be 2-3 goals down. If they don't tweak something in this first half.
Actually, that's the prayer. Yemi is thinking Madrid may be 2 goals down. The prayer here is that Madrid must be 2 goals down or 3 goals down by halftime. To be honest with you, as a Barca faithful, as a Barca fan, as a Guardiola lover, and Guardiola brother. You know, Guardiola is one of our own. Not only as a coach, but also as a veteran in the Barca lineup from 1990s into 2004. And Guardiola proved himself. He won trophies for Barca as a player.
I think
came back
18
again.
And
came back again, and he won trophies as a coach. 18 trophies as a coach. You know, and this guy keeps performing wherever he goes. The Champions League has been evading him for the past how many years since he left Barca. It's like a curse on him. But tonight, he's going to break the curse of Real Madrid denying him of the Champions League. And in Istanbul, he's going to lift the trophy again.
That is your prediction?
Yes.
Confidently.
That's
you know, when your team is playing well, you have the confidence to say yes, you can hit your shot. But there's something spectacular about this Manchester City squad. That since 2018, they have not lost Champions League game at home. They have won 22 matches and drew 2. That's out of the 24 matches played at home.
Just
the Champions League matches
into the defense.
You see, if you want to be a respected team, if you want to be a team that wants to win, the first thing you do is make your home your fortress. Let's bring our mind back to Mourinho. When he wanted to change things at Chelsea, the first thing is this was home, your home. Guardiola in Barcelona, when he wanted to dominate, Barcelona went 38 games at home without losing in Champions League. And that's mainly the job of Guardiola. So when you want to win, you have to first make your home your fortress, a slaughter ground. That every team that is coming under pressure. That this ground, they know that they are disadvantaged 70%. So if they actually now get a win, they know it's just football that just went their way. So that's what Man City has really tried to do. If you look at the Premier League table, they've only lost once at home this season. And that was Brentford. And that was conceded at the 95th minute of the game. So that explains why Etihad, you know, I was telling a Madrid fan last week that I can put my money on Man City. That this game, this is a slaughter ground. They will slaughter Real Madrid, except if they balloon it themselves. So City is the only City that can stop City. Like I said the other day.
Yeah, the only City that can stop City. Yeah. You know, if you look at the match now, I've not seen Benzema. I've not seen Vinicius. They are lost in the battle. What is wrong? What is happening?
Actually, you know, Benzema is a silent player when he's not scoring. Yeah, he's a kind of latent potential. He comes to play when he takes a shot at your keeper or when he's shooting into the net. Vinicius should be more, we expect him to be more visible. But Kyle Walker, we know, has dealt with him before. And he dealt well with him in the first leg. Yeah. And I'm sure Guardiola will have improved on that. So we expect them to actually pocket him. Of course, this is football of 90 minutes. He will have one or two flashes here and there. Anything can happen. But by and large, I expect City to be in charge of this game, both up front and in the midfield. And if they can do that, you know, Guardiola doesn't defend in the final third, in his own third. He defends from the half of the field. Okay, so that's what they're doing. That's why you have that formation, 3-2-4-1 or something. And that formation is to tell you that we're packing the midfield. You are not going beyond here. This is where we'll play all the ball.
Yeah. So it's like something that Ancelotti talked about during the press interview. That is like it's playing out today. He said what they will do today is that they will absorb Manchester City. You understand? They will allow them to play. You understand? Probably they will have early goals, but they will come after them. It's like he's playing out. Probably have his own pocket plan.
And one dangerous thing about Real Madrid is they know how to come back. They know how to come back. They've done it before. They can do it again. Winning the Champions League last season was a lot of comebacks. From PSG to Chelsea to even Man City. So Man City should know.
And this is the first move for Vinicius trying, and Walker has done this work again. So easy.
Walker is the new bodyguard.
No, that was not even Vinicius. That was, I think that was
Vinicius.
That's
Vinicius. Just chasing them up and down.
That's what is paid to.
That is Vinicius. There is something about the Ancelotti. Today's Ancelotti has surpassed Alex Ferguson's record of the coach that has played more Champions League match. Alex Ferguson has played 190 today. Ancelotti is playing 191.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful record.
And apart from playing 191,
let's give it up for Ancelotti for that. That's a wonderful.
Apart from the record, he has won it 4 times more than any other coach on the planet. And winning this one, we will make it 5th time. So he's a good coach.
Very good. No, you can't. He has won the Premier League, won the La Liga, won the French Ligue 1, won the Bundesliga. I think he won the Scudetto too. So one more. We don't laud him, but he's doing a silent job that is.
But you see, the good thing about him is that he's not a lousy coach. He's not a loud person. He doesn't praise himself. He doesn't even speak much. Barely can you find him granting press interviews and throwing banters. He hardly throws banters. He's a very mature coach and pretty into himself. You know, maybe that's why he's underpraised.
Yes,
underpraised. If it is in the English Premier League, they would have hyped him now by now.
Yeah, if he was an English team
they would hype him.
They would have hyped him. You know, that's what English players do. They overhype things. That's why you see their players. They overhype them. What is Grealish that you'll be costing 100 million? So you will look at them and the way they hype their players And before you know it, one season, they go on a football sabbatical leave, while still not injured, no, just in the team and on sabbatical leave. So I think they need to work more on the talent than making noise. You know, when you bring an half-baked meal, you want to eat it, it's not done. It won't taste well. So they need to do better job with their talent.
There is something I observe in this match now. Yeah. You know, when it got to 30 minutes and Madrid changed tactics, Madrid took over the game. Yeah. It's probably that is their plan. They said let them play in the first 30 minutes. Then the remaining 15 minutes will take over. They have taken over. Immediately it was 30 minutes, they started taking possession. Probably it's a game plan.
This is Champions League.
Oh! What a chance! That would have been the equalizer.
That was a smasher. That was a smasher from Toni Kroos. He rang the post. We can hear the sound from here without the mics. Look at it.
Look at that.
The post was vibrating for several seconds.
Thunder blast.
It was a hot one.
You know, those days when we were growing up, when they talk about Thunder Balogun, they say it's the man that has short more than them. They say, when he was playing ball, his wife said, Thunder Balogun, remember your left leg. And he played the short.
You know, those fables where there's so much got into us when we were children.
I know.
And they told us India was scoring 100 goals and 200 goals. And FIFA now banned India from playing international matches. Not knowing that India never ever qualified for Asia. They never qualified from Asia. Up till now, do you know some people still believe that fable?
Yeah, 99.
They still believe it. India was playing too much. They said when they shoot the ball will be coming like a lion. The keeper, Peter Rufai, will just run away. Best Ogedengbe will just run and say, my mommy.
Those are the stories we were sharing those days when we were small. Now let's look at head-to-head between Ancelotti versus Guardiola. They've played 9 times, and out of those 9 times they played, Guardiola have won Ancelotti 5 times. Well, they drew 1 time, then Ancelotti won 3 times.
Yeah, you know, they are both tacticians. One thing I like about the 2 managers is they play expressive football. You hardly see them go back to defend. They play. One of the reasons why you see Brazil on the neck of Ancelotti, they must have told their federation a lot about.
Another chance! Oh, what about You said it. That must be 2.
Give it up for Man City.
I said that
if Guardiola is on
Real
fire,
Madrid doesn't change that formation, they will consider another goal. And if they don't still change it, they'll still concede more. You know, this tactics, it can't keep this formation at bay. It can't.
Just like Solomon said, they wanted to what's it called? Tire them out.
Yes.
Soak the pressure. And then come back at them. By the time you come back, these ones are way gone.
I know see them
and even when you want to come back, these ones will still be playing.
They will still be playing you.
The reason is because City plays possession football. They are experts at possession football. It's very difficult taking the ball from them and then taking 10 passes without them intercepting you. Guardiola, when he was in Barcelona in his early days with Thierry Henry said something. He said Guardiola's formation is that the opponent does not play 3 complete passes without you intercepting. So 3 people are marking the ball. 1 on this side, 1 on that side, and then somebody is waiting for sweeping. That's the tactics he started with. And you know, so if you can make sure your opponent doesn't have the ball, Guardiola says, how can they score?
How can they score? When they don't play.
When
you don't play, how do you score? It will not be possible. You know, let's give it to the Manchester squad. They've done very well. You know, I never expected it to go this way. But because I was feeling probably it will be difficult. Maybe when goals want to start coming, we start coming in the second half. But they've been able to, you know, to score 2 goals. And I want to also congratulate De Bruyne. You see his participation in the both goals. You understand? He has been spectacular.
Yeah. De Bruyne is the leader of the team on the field. Not like the captain, but he's the go-to man. When they are looking for goals, they look up to him. You know, when you carry responsibility, I remember there was a competition we were playing and it was a final. So they were leading us, I think 5 minutes or 7 minutes to go. Yeah. So we were just hearing, what I was just hearing is, my name, one goal, my name. So when you are on that kind of pressure, you understand what players like De Bruyne, what they go through. Is a weight. Because if they lose, you are the first to blame. If they win, they come and congratulate you. So he is carrying that burden and still delivering. You know, it's different when you deliver, when you are not under pressure. But when you deliver under pressure, you should be given some credit.
Yeah,
that's why you have to celebrate guys like Messi, Haaland, Cristiano Ronaldo, that have been under pressure. It is different when they don't know that you can do damage. It is now another thing when the coach knows that you are the target. So the formation, everything, the structure is to find a way to stop you from doing what you do. And with that, you still do it. So you need to give them, give De Bruyne some credit.
And if you look at the last 3 head-to-head, Real Madrid versus Manchester City, he has been consistent in scoring. He has scored in the 3. Even the last first leg, he was the one that he scored. Okay. You understand? So we are expecting him to score today.
Look at the first leg. It was looking like Madrid is going to win. It took De Bruyne magic. How many people saw that shot coming that
Nobody. Unexpected. They talked to me fast.
You know, many people just say, you know, where did the shot come from?
It came from nowhere.
Somebody said he still had their couture in mind. You know, they had issues, girlfriend or no girlfriend. So it was like, hey, this is my pound of flesh. I'll take it out on you.
Unfortunately, in that game, the Brazilians scored the Brazilian, while the Belgians scored the Belgian. It was this for
and they're both in the
okay, it was like Vinicius, so you know how to score your fellow man. I mean, okay, so I'll do the same.
It's 50-50.
And then he did the same.
The stakers will say go.
You see, by and large, what I see here is a game of about 4 goals or more. If Madrid can score back, I told someone this afternoon, if Madrid scores 2 goals, City will score 4.
Honestly.
City will score 4 because City is going to continue to put up that dangerous ball. It's going to be not just passing in the half. It's going to be in the final third. They're going to play the ball in their 18. Nothing passes together in dangerous positions. And anything can happen, you know, when you have the ball around that place. So that's what I see here. I see City scoring about 3-4 goals. And maybe Madrid can, that's dangerous.
And when you look at it, you see that that's where quality matters. Haaland, you've not seen any damage. It's done.
He's been throwing blanks.
But he is like -2 for Real Madrid because 2 players are on him. Now, when you absorb guys to yourself, you free people like Bernardo Silva and Grealish. You can see Grealish and Bernardo Silva has been dancing since. Either Azonto or this thing. They've been there, they've been dancing. So you can see that explains why Bernardo Silva is the one scoring the 2 goals. They did the good job on Haaland, but you can't, when you have qualities everywhere, you can't mark all of them. And you know that when you stay on them one-on-one, they will still beat you. So you have to structure your marking like 2-on-1. And then you minus 1 man. 1 man has to be free because you are playing 10 man on the field with the goalkeeper 11.
You just see the runs of Haaland off the ball. His runs off the ball is fantastic.
You can see 2 guys staying on him.
Keep running.
In case this guy doesn't mark him, the other one, you see he's getting close. Freeing Grealish. You can see, what is his name? This Spanish guy is drawing into the box to support Eder Militao that was marking Haaland. And the error I see today is, why did Ancelotti bench Rudiger? He should have played Rudiger ahead of Eder Militao to stay on Haaland. Because Rudiger did a better job than this. Only Rudiger was enough for Haaland last season.
Or he could have even played 3 central. 3 central defenders, fortified our defense line. Then play 2 wing backs. What's his name? Cavalla will play from the right. Camavinga will play the left wing back. And then play 3. That's what Guardiola is doing. Playing 3 central defenders. And it works.
It works.
Because he actually...
And it is allowed. Oh, what a pass. It's too much.
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy.
Too much weight on it. Yeah, that was almost back again. The back. Oh no, what's wrong with Haaland today? Stop giving the ball to Haaland. Give it to
Allah is already doing his work.
Alan is for finishing.
He's doing his work, you know.
Oh,
It's
Okay,
like,
Bernardo goes again. Bernardo goes again. And that's De Bruyne. De Bruyne. No. Alan was sleeping there. Why would he be sleeping in the 6-yard box?
They are leading 2-0.
You need the goal. You need to contend for Champions League. Fight it out with Messi.
He said it after the
Either
game
way
of
it goes,
Leipzig.
I still win.
He said it. He said I was brought in to win the Champions League, not just the league.
They've been
And
winning the league.
He
They've
has
been winning the league,
36,
so that's nothing wrong.
36 goals in one season.
Let's also talk about Benzema. Benzema, out of the four-head he has also been scoring goal, including he scored a brace in the last season semi-final. He scored a brace. You understand?
But this guy is playing really well tonight. Grealish is doing wonderful.
No, Grealish have really
This season is one of their bright lights.
Oh, another shot from Bernardo Silva.
It's one of their bright lights.
Yeah,
because if you look at it, when you first came in, a lot of people were saying, "No, this, that," but Guardiola, he knows how to initiate the new guys into his system. Yeah. So it takes time sometimes for them.
That's dangerous. Dangerous.
Oh! No! That was the first bad touch.
When we're playing,
that was the first bad touch. That was the first bad touch for Grealish.
Just when we're praising the guy.
That was the first bad touch.
That should have been the third goal. Gundogan, do it. Okay, not you. Let's see who does it. Silva. Is it Silva? Oh no. Is it
De Bruyne?
Hey! Do it, Gundo! No! Do it!
Oh!
No,
My brother.
No. That should have been the goal. That should have been
Doesn't give us practice. Change something.
Kill Madrid. Those when we play football, Mona wait no count.
If you're not watching this match, you're missing. But if you're not watching this match, make sure you're watching this channel.
Yeah, we're watching this channel.
Because you can enjoy this match.
You will see it in our
from here.
You will get it from us. This is the final before final. I don't think the final will be tough.
No, definitely not.
No. The final will just be just walk away something.
It's going to be a final, but it will possibly look like Inter and what's this in 2011.
And the referee has blown the end of the first half.
Inter Dortmund also.
Inter Bayern Munich.
Okay, Inter Bayern.
All right, Mr. Dayimi, can you just some minutes talk about the championship? This Champions League has really covered our face. We are not looking at them. It's part of
these are games that make you love football.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm, the excitement. And when we talk about the championship, I said it yesterday that it is, championship is the second division of the Premier League, whereby a team that wins the championship, either second or wins the playoff, we promote into the Premier League and go and show their stuff, or maybe they have stuffs of champions against the big boys themselves. And when you have in championship, the first and second gets automatic qualification for the Premier League, while the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth go for championship playoff. And after the season comes to an end, when we have the third to sixth, the third will face the sixth, the fourth will face the fifth. What we have tonight is the fourth facing the fifth. Middlesbrough was the fourth. Coventry City was the fifth. The point gap between them was 5 points. And if you check their head-to-head, Middlesbrough has been the one that has been the favorite, winning 12, while Coventry winning 6, and they have about, I think, around 8 draws. So, but that doesn't say anything. Any team cannot win this game. It explains why at halftime it's still new. Michael Carrick, the coach of Middlesbrough, is still under pressure. And they will be hopeful because Middlesbrough is a former Premier League team. We remember those years. They had one of those spoilers that that can upset the big teams. And we hope that they can actually get to the final. For me, I'll be rooting for Luton Town because I've been following them for I think close to a decade right now. And they've been promoting, their progression has been really commendable. If you will say a National League side about, I think, 6 years ago, is now at the final of the championship playoff. That is incredible. And they are just a modest team. But what I just noticed is that the team is well managed, well run. And I think that the Sky can only be the starting point for Luton Town. But Middlesbrough too, they were in the relegation zone. They brought in Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick started doing the job. And before you know it, they are in the playoff position. It took the consistency of Sheffield United mainly for them not to get to the second spot. And I think tonight we should be seeing Middlesbrough progressing, except if Coventry can really keep them at bay, because they've been coming at Coventry back to back, but they've stood still at the defense. And let's see if football will be in favor of Middlesbrough or maybe Coventry. Yeah. Whichever ways, we enjoy the game.
All right, the both match have come to the end of the first half. At Manchester City 2, Real Madrid 0.
Yet to score.
Yet to score. Middlesbrough 0 and Coventry 0. You know, prior to this match, during the Manchester City's fan, they accused Guardiola of overthinking tactics.
No.
You understand? They say he's overthinking. Probably, during the training section, he told Ederson and one of they were doing pivot. Then he took Grealish to goal post as goalkeeper. You understand? People were saying, what's wrong with this man? Is he mad? You know what's on? And they were accusing him that he overthinks when it comes to tactical football.
You know, the thing about Guardiola is that he's a deep person. And when I say deep, he's a thinker. If he was an academic, he would be a very high-level professor. Yeah. And he would have unraveled possibly the cure for cancer by now. That's just by the way. Yeah. But, since his days in Barcelona, Barca B, the Barca Athletic, when he started, it was known that Guardiola was not an ordinary coach. Because he doesn't just end the match and then retreat for another match. In the dressing room, at the end of the match, he's watching the videos and he's calling people. He doesn't even allow them to go home before giving them corrections. He doesn't come for the next training to tell them certain things and discuss and ask questions. And then he takes those away, processes at a time. Thierry Henry made a remark and he said, we call him boss, not because he craves for it, but because of his activities. His abilities are like that of a boss. Because he doesn't have time for mundane things. He doesn't have time for jokes. It's all about business. And it has to be about football business. Even when you're supposed to be on a retreat, he's going to use football as their this thing for a break retreat. And that's how deep the guy is. So he's always trying to reinvent the wheel. There was a time he was doing so well, and he said they needed to change some hands. Sold 1 or 2 players, bought a new set of players, and the press asked him, you just won the treble. Why are you buying Ibrahimovic? Why, like they always say, you don't change the winning team. Yes. But the guy bought Ibrahimovic. He bought 1 or 2 other players. And he said, if you're winning, you should know there's a doom at the end of the tunnel somewhere. So when things are going right, you should be concerned. So he's always looking for that thing that could go wrong. So before it gets bad, in fact, he destroys it himself, starts all over again. And the following year, his Sabi made them lose that Champions League. Because Ibrahimovic was not productive in that team. It was not productive.
Not like Eto'o that is sold.
It wasn't that, and Eto'o went ahead to win the Champions League.
Inter was responsible for eliminating
they won the treble.
Barcelona
exactly.
in the semi-final. And if you talk about Guardiola, a few years ago when he took the job at Barca, he said there was an El Clasico the next day. He was at the office. He called Lionel Messi. I think around, is it 11 p.m., 12 or 1 a.m. Very late at night. Called him to the company. Told him to be here. And during the next day, El Clasico, Messi scored an hat-trick. That's how hardworking he is. People say he's overthinking when it doesn't work out. And you are not God. You can't always get it right. So, I don't support the fact that he overthinks. No, every coach's tactics, sometimes it doesn't work. So when it doesn't work,
begin to look for solution.
Okay, look at this formation. 3-2-4-1. Had it been Man City is 2 goals down, they will say he's playing too much attackers.
Yeah, but he's getting the result now.
And people will always talk.
Yeah.
Either you are doing it right, wrong, or in between. People will talk. So that's why guys like this, they've mastered the art of just doing their own thing, doing their craft, forgetting what people will say. And if you really want to get somewhere in life, you can't be listening to essay or side distractions. And one of the most focused coach after Mourinho for me is Guardiola. Because, you know, they don't criticize Guardiola as much as they criticize Mourinho. But Mourinho still stays focused.
Yeah.
And Guardiola too is very focused. He doesn't care. He will just, because, for instance, against Chelsea, they said, no, he should have used an holding midfielder.
Yeah.
The days he has been using Gundogan in that position, and they have been winning. Who was saying anything? And they just lost extremely 1-0. And they lost some very good chances. Thanks to defensive brilliance of Chelsea and tactical brilliance of Tuchel. There was a time they said Guardiola usually beat Tuchel back-to-back. That season, Tuchel beat him straight 3 matches on a row. So, football is just, let people express themselves. When they make mistakes, they correct themselves. And he has been one manager that knows how to correct himself. You don't need to show him. You will go and look at it again and again. And correct himself. Stops of champions. And we are here to see a beautiful game, beautiful second half to come, and we can't wait for football to tell us some things to say again.
You know,
one win away for them to be crowned Premier League champion. One win for them. One more game to play, to win, maybe meeting Inter in the final, and Manchester United to play for them. You know, just these people. Inter,
one game.
to win the treble.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
No, we can't say one game. This game is not.
This one is not over yet.
Against
but it's like
Liverpool, Madrid was 2 goals down. They came back to win 5-2. So when you are playing any, Zanetti just said it, the vice chairman of Inter. He said he prefers to face Man City in the final than Madrid, because Madrid you can't write them off.
Yeah.
They are a different animal and they have experience. That's why Man City experienced it last semi-final, last season. I hope they learned from it and don't think Real Madrid is. He's scratching his head to twerk. You know, I said it after that 1-0 that if he doesn't twerk something in that first half, they will go another goal down, which they did. So he needs to change. If he continues with that tactics, it's a security law case. It's gone.
All right, Akeem, you were saying something. You wanted to say something. Okay,
so much as I appreciate what City is doing, of course, they need to be wary of Madrid. Madrid has proven that they are stubborn, very stubborn, likened to a stubborn goat. You can beat them as many times as possible. They keep coming back, you know, to destroy you. And from what Guardiola has done, what he did in Barcelona, what he did in Bayern Munich, and what he has done in Man City, he deserves the Champions League for City. He has won the Premiership 3 over 4 times, I think.
4 over 5.
4 and 5. No. You just listen to that again. Just think about it.
No, 4 over 6. 4 over 6.
No, he lost. I think
he lost 1 to Leicester.
1. Okay.
1 to Liverpool. Then 1 the remaining.
4 over 6.
4 over 6.
You just just look at the Premiership. Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. Then you have Tottenham, the noisy people down there trying to be recognized.
But the money they spend too, you have to consider.
But come off it. Come off it. They've been spending money before he came. I remember back then, when the Arabians just bought City, they were buying all the big players. How many trophies did they win? Yes. They were buying all the big players. But they didn't have that coach, the technicality to put them together. So Guardiola is using that, he's plugging that, he's using the big boys, and then he's making them gel and perform. And he deserves to win the Champions League for City. Yeah. For once, City has never taken this trophy. They have won the Premiership about 7 in the last 11 or 12 years.
11, 12.
Yeah, they have won about 7 in the last 11 years. So they deserve to win this Champions League. They are good for it. They have the team for it. They are prepared for it. God of football should shine on them and let them win. That's all they need now. Because in terms of quality, they are better than the Madrid quality.
They are the best in the world.
They are proving they are better. They are miles ahead of the Madrid quality. See what they did to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich on 2 legs. They were looking like academy. That's what they were looking at, even on their home soil. They were just lucky to get the draw on their on Allianz Arena. They would have been seriously humiliated if they didn't get the draw. And that's Bayern. That's the almighty FCB Bayern. So Guardiola deserves this trophy, and I'm rooting for Man City to win.
All right, let's quickly look at the statistics of the first half, what actually happened. And we also look at the substitution bench. And if we talk about the ball possession, 71 ball possession for Manchester City, 29 ball possession for Real Madrid, goal attempt, 13 goal attempt for Manchester City, then 1 for Real Madrid. Shot on goal, 5 shot on goal for Manchester City, and none. They didn't have the chance, 0 for Real Madrid.
The City should have done like 4 goals ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
So none for Real Madrid. Then if you have a shot on goal, 6 for Manchester City, 1 for Real Madrid. Corner kick, 5 corner kicks for Real Madrid, and 5 corner kicks for Manchester City, and 1 for Real Madrid. So you see where the pressure is. You see, Manchester City actually took over the position.
Yes. They were running the game. They were in charge of the game.
One thing is, when you play Man City, you don't have their quality. The best thing for you to do is soak pressure and try to find space to hit them on the counter. That's what Brentford did, that made them beat them at the Etihad, the only team to beat them at the Etihad this season. And we must commend Thomas Frank, the coach of Brentford, for that. When you see City, the mistake Madrid made today was you can't play a flat 3 midfield, 3 attack, and you say you want to hold Man City. You want to keep them at bay. You have to play 2 holding midfielders. Sacrifice 1 attacker for holding midfielders. Then you can mark round. When you mark the 2 holding midfielders is marking in front of the box, it makes it easier for the defenders.
Yeah. Right.
You know, when you open your defense to pressure, they will hit you and hit you hard. They have guys that can score. You don't need to think it twice. They have Haaland, they have Bernardo, they have Grealish. All those guys are scoring. There's an orchestrator in chief himself, De Bruyne. So when you have those kind of guys, the mistake Ancelotti made was that I think he wasn't expecting what Guardiola did. He was expecting the same 4-3-3 like last week. And when you arrange your team like this, you will notice that if Madrid don't change these tactics, it's gone case.
All right, the second half I've just started. Let's quickly look at the bench, the substitution bench. For Real Madrid, probably they have a plan and they have those who will come and make a difference. You know, Asensio, Carvalhos, Diaz, Fernandez, Hazard, Lucas, Leonin, Mendy, Adrozola, Rodiger, Chomeni, then Vallejo.
Yeah, keeping them at bay, you need a guy like Tchouaméni. Because Kroos and Modric, they are tired. Okay. They are old guys. So there's a limit to how they can pace. You need a young guy that can do. So that's why, you have to really criticize some things.
Did you see what just did to Vinicius?
He's not giving him the chance at all.
Did you see what he just did?
Simple tactics, he collected the ball without infringing him.
I actually thought Vinicius already had the better of him. Yeah. All for him to just give him a slider, collect the ball, and the referee says, play on.
Of course. From the first leg, he has been doing a very neat job on Vinicius. And guys like that, when you mark them too much, they start getting frustrated.
Yeah, you are saying something.
So, Tchouaméni, I think he should have started Tchouaméni in this game and playing with like Kroos. Then play Modric in front of them, sacrifice maybe Rodrigo in front. Because you need the energy Tchouaméni as a young player will bring. Then he will do the marking, Kroos will do the positioning. So they can actually keep Man City. I think if he had gone with that, it would not be 2 goals down right now. But what has happened has happened. But they need to tweak things. Fine, they want to go and attack, but what is the essence of the attack if they concede more? So I think he should introduce Tchouaméni, introduce Asensio, because most likely you want to introduce Hazard has not been really getting playing time. So he's not really much.
And Asensio is very good at counter.
Yeah, it's good, and he has space too. So he can come in for Rodrigo And let's see if they can do something. But right now, it's not looking like Madrid will come back. But you can't write off Real Madrid.
Yeah,
that's Madrid spirit. It's very, very dangerous to write off.
All right, let's quickly look at the bench of Manchester City. You have Alvarez, Carson, Foden, Gomez, Laporte, Lewis, Mahrez, Ortega, Palmer, and Philip.
Those are wonderful players on the bench. I tell people that even if City plays their second team, they will still beat Arsenal to the trophy. Because what they have in their second team is almost as good as what they have here. The only difference is that the first is more experienced. They have more playing experience and, you know, higher qualities. But with that kind of bench, they are rich. You wonder what kind of team benches Mahrez. I don't understand. Mahrez is on the bench. He's watching. And that boy Palmer,
and Foden is
so
on the bench.
slick.
Foden. Yeah.
Imagine Foden. He's on the bench. Alvarez is on the bench.
World Cup winner.
Can you imagine? So that kind of team that has that depth, the depth is so deep. It's deeper than, you know. I just pray luck doesn't turn around against them. That's all.
That's just.
Okay, let's quickly talk about the both goalkeepers. So far, they have performed, and if you look at the season they have been fantastic in the season. Ederson has 17 clean sheets. Courtois have 16 clean sheets.
Yeah.
This season.
The two goalkeepers are good. They are good. And when you look at it, Courtois has been more consistent than Ederson. Ederson makes some mistakes sometimes. Courtois too, but when you look at consistency and they go to, you know, the primary duty of a goalkeeper is not to pass the ball, it's to save goal attempts. So when you see them, you will look at it that, for me, Courtois is a better goalkeeper, but Ederson is not bad. But Ederson is enjoying the kind of thing that he is. When the opponent don't get the ball to play. How many attempts? Okay, how many shots on target has Madrid had today?
No.
But how many has Courtois faced? 5. You see the difference?
Oh, chance for Benzema! But it was blocked. It was blocked. That's a beautiful one. You know, talking about Manchester City, this season, the last time they lost was against Tottenham. So far, they have had Tottenham, the last time they lost 1-0 to Tottenham. So far, they've had unbeaten run, 22 matches unbeaten in all competition this season, not the Champions League. Yes, in all competition, 22 matches unbeaten. That is a very huge one.
Of course. City, we can't overemphasize it. We can't keep on repeating it. But City has proven this season that they are the best club in Europe. And what it means invariably is that they are the best club in the world. They have a very solid, a very rich team. I'm sure FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer is going to put them at 90-something by next season when the new FIFA comes out. They're going to be unbeatable on FIFA. You know, but over time, they have shown consistency. In their league games, how many...
Oh, what a free kick.
Wow.
A beautiful save by Ederson. That was a beautiful kick taken by Alaba, a defender.
Alaba did so well with that.
That was a good one, and it's a corner kick for Real Madrid. Look at that.
Beautiful,
look at that.
Beautiful.
You know, this, if it was a shorter goalkeeper, I don't think we would have been able to catch that.
2 balls on the field. Pokwa. Okay.
2 balls on the field, the referee have to stop the match so that they can continue. You know, I'm talking about Walker. Walker said that Gundogan plays like Zinedine Zidane. How true is it?
Walker.
Yeah. This same Walker. He said his colleagues, Gundogan play like Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, you know, Zidane is a guy that has vision. One, Zidane is a calm player. You know, players that when they get the ball, they are not in a hurry, but at the same time, they are not slow. So they know what to do with the ball at the right time. That's, if you look at Gundogan, you can play him in 4, and he will still keep the possession, spread the passes, still defend, and still go and attack. Is like Gundogan is a complete footballer. It's complete, but people don't make, you know, when you have De Bruyne, you know, he's outshining him sometimes. Oh, that was a good, come Oh, that was a good chance by Coventry.
What kind of passes are these guys throwing for Haaland? Oh, because the guy is Superman doesn't mean he's going to be a super striker player.
The pass must be good for him to make it.
It has to be available. It was just too heavy.
All right, you were saying something.
So, when you now look at Gundogan is just like, you know, Guardiola was saying it the last time that he wants him to renew his contract because the truth is it will be very difficult in the football age of now to just replace Gundogan. You have to bring in a guy to start understudying him that will be raising to, you know, to just come into his role. If he leaves Man City this summer, Man City will fill his void. They will really fill his void. And the person is not far from the truth. But Zidane is a bit, you know, better. Yes.
All right, a corner kick for Manchester City. So far, we were talking about Grealish and he was in the 18 box. I was about to say, if you allow him, he's going to cost a penalty because he's good at imitating players.
Yes.
And this season, I think he has gotten like 4 penalties for Manchester City.
It should be up to that.
Yeah. So, and we have seen how he has improved in Manchester City.
He's a very slicky player.
Yeah.
You know, he can actually swim through defenders, and you just wonder what happened to you. But it has a but, which is that it doesn't release his shots in time.
Ooh.
It doesn't release the shots in time.
The referee say plays on, and I think he's supposed to stop that.
Oh no! It
Say a covering from one card.
It wasn't much of an infringement, if you are going to be fair. He tried taking the shot, but
is he still down? The referee should.
The Madrid player was there before him. So, what's Gundogan doing?
Oh, it's Gundogan that's on the ground.
Yeah, he just went to the ground now.
You know, he was trying to play the ball, and I think, what is the referee saying?
An infringement.
Yes, this one is quite
a foul from Valverde.
Well, like when we talk about Madrid, we have not really seen much of him, though he has been doing wonderfully well in the midfield, you know. And we're talking about midfielders, you count him among one of the best.
Of course, you have to count him. You know, when you look at a midfielder, what you want to see is vision, accuracy before speed, and at the right time of flight. Because in football, there's offside.
Yeah.
So when you don't set a pass at the right time, you're wasting an opportunity. So as a midfielder, one very important thing is timing and vision. If you have vision without timing, you are still not a midfielder. So you have to have the two. Then you need strength. Look at, you see Grealish is...
He has given somebody a yellow card.
Causing a lot of trouble there.
He has given somebody a yellow card right now.
Causing Carvajal a lot of stress. He had to pull him down and wrestle him down.
Oh, this one is wrestling, no?
Yes, he had to wrestle him down. Because it was just going to be him in their 18 yard. And that's very dangerous. You have to take one for the team.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Yes. And if it's 3-0 now...
That means Manchester City will start celebrating from underground.
In fact, we just need one more goal for City and then we'll throw the party. We'll throw it open. We got the party.
And it's almost like if Man City qualifies for the final, they are the team to beat. They're just the team that... It's just like Inter should just show up, but sometimes football can be fun.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about the Champions League, when you notice, when you get to the final, since it is called Champions League, for the first time, most of the time, they lose. But the second time, many of the times, they win. Even if they are not in winning positions. You have guys like that. The first time PSG got to the final, they lost. Man City lost. Chelsea lost. So, but on the second time, they are coming with experience.
Same with Bayern.
And it's like that. So it's just like, you know, there are some spirits that work with some trophies.
Yeah.
It's just the way it happens. You can't just fault it. In economics, we call that hand the visible hand. It regulates everything. It gives us the surprise of our lives sometimes. Wow. Like the semi-final just eliminated Barcelona without Torres dribble. I don't think the dog will be able to really sleep that night because
it wasn't very easy sleeping.
Honestly, because Messi lost the penalty.
We almost had the ball. You know, Barca almost had it, and then because of the size of Sheikh, Messi was overwhelmed. Played the penalty kick to the bar. You know, Sheikh was almost all over the place, and it wasn't just his day anyway. It wasn't just Barca's day.
I wanted to say congratulations to Barca for winning the La Liga. But they almost beat them in the Espanyol.
Oh,
the fans. They have to run. You didn't watch it?
Oh yeah, that happens because you know Espanyol and Barca are city rivals. Yes. And that's a very age-long rivalry. Espanyol believes they should be the one dominating Barcelona, whereas Barca started before Espanyol. So it's been a contest because Espanyol was supposed to be the official team of the city before, because Barca was like formed from a group of people who came together and put the team together. So they were supposed to be the official team of the city. But Barca overtook them. So that rivalry grew, just like Madrid is supposed to be the King's Club. But Barca has been challenging them tooth and nail. So even Spain is ashamed to say Madrid is their King's Club, because so many times Barca has actually put them under so much pressure, even on their home ground. So that's the way it is in Espanyol too. Espanyol, Barca, eternal rivals. So you can't come and celebrate your La Liga on our home soil.
Even bitter rivalry, like
very bitter.
But is it accepted now that the Spanish FA, how you call them? Do they accept that you not allow somebody when you won the trophy to celebrate in your own?
Oh no!
Is it allowed?
They could sanction the fans, but
the player
that's after they will have injured the players. After the injuries.
No, it is Real Madrid.
You see, why I think Madrid is out now is because Man City is just not really pressing to attack the more. Oh, Coventry just scored.
Coventry just scored against all odds.
Just scored.
Everybody expected major.
And if Coventry goes into the final, that means the team I want to win will have it easier than Luton. I thought.
Yeah.
Luton Town. Yeah. And I really want to see Luton Town in the
Premiership.
And the final is worth £178 million.
What?
That's the most expensive football match expensive than the Champions League final.
278.
178 million pounds
for championship final.
Yes, winner.
Playoff final.
Playoff final. Yes.
That's a lot.
Apart from the money they will get.
Okay, the third goal is cooking.
Oh, hey, the ball is like, oh shit, man.
Oh no!
He lost the ball and it's still Bernardo Silva. Or is it Gundogan?
No, that's Gundogan. Oh no! We were expecting the third goal. It was cooking. All they needed to do was tap it, and then salt will have been added.
And the first leg of this game, they played a new draw.
Yeah, away from
home.
This is dangerous.
Dangerous! Oh! Vinicius is not playing anything today. They just have taken the ball away from him and then really marked him out.
I know there will be celebration in Coventry if they can go through today.
He's injured this guy. He's injured him. That's a blow to his chest.
You look as if he's dead. There's nothing wrong with him.
No, it was a blow to his chest. He was running. Look at him. It actually gave him the shoulder.
He ran into him now. Look at him. He's the one that ran into him.
Of course. Grealish was running. Modric stood in his way. It's a foul.
It's a foul.
It's a terrible infringement. If they do that to you in football, your liver is so superficial, just directly under your abdominals here. Yeah. So any elbow to your liver will first knock you off. You start hearing sound.
All right, Mr. Ademi, I just wanted to talk about what you have observed so far with the tactics of Real Madrid and what they have been playing. The positivity and the negativity of what they have played so far. This is the 62nd minute of into the second half.
As it is, okay, there's no game saying here. Madrid is the weaker of the two teams, and they're on the back foot. As we expected, and as it has played from beginning till now, that was...
Ducky, you're winning already 2-0 now, so you want to kill them.
So just as I was saying, Madrid is not. They don't have the quality. They're not tactically up to what Guardiola is doing here. A goal can change everything, but
And you see
it
that
doesn't
again.
know
That's a
when
yellow card.
Yellow card.
or if that can happen. But Madrid is not. It's not as strong in this game. They're not.
Vinicius. Two people. Ooh, look at the man.
Oh, Vinicius is a
He look
very
like
fast player.
Very fast. And they didn't allow him. They didn't allow him at all. You see, that's one thing I like about Guardiola. Guardiola knows, like when they play against Arsenal, I was telling people, see, this man knows football. He knows that Saka is one of their playmakers.
He will do a good job.
He kicks him. You understand?
You know,
It's not they're bringing on Rødegaard and
He
then
wants to defend.
is bringing in a strong defender.
Rødegaard and then Modric is going out.
And Rødegaard can play for. And looking at this now,
Possibly
Yes.
push somebody forward.
yes, he wants somebody that will do the dirty job. And Rødegaard is perfect for that. He can keep Man City at bay so that they
You see Allah defending.
Can he catch
the
the
only
ball?
reason that I see that is making Madrid attack is because Man City has dropped the tempo of their own attack. One thing Guardiola, I noticed he learned after his first season in Premier League, losing scandalously, forcing his way into the top four, is that when you are leading in second half, you don't have to wait. At Barcelona, you feel like score 8, score 7.
Yeah.
But in Premier League, you understood that when you score one sometimes,
You can just
you
defend
can
it.
defend it.
And take it
so
away.
you watch him, he will bring in another holding midfielder to mark the lines. So when you mark the front of the defense, then you know that, okay, it will be little or no balls that will get to your defense. And that will keep your defense under stable pressure. Because, obviously the defense will be under pressure. But the pressure will not be too much. So, looking at that now, with the substitution Real Madrid just made, it will reduce their bite up front. And when it reduces their bite up front like that, Man City can still come at them. Because the reason why Man City too is on the defensive foot is because Madrid is attacking. The same way defense is the best form of attack, is the same way attack is the best form of defense. So you have to balance the two. And you see that since Rüdiger came into this game, the ball possession has been tilting towards, for the last 3 minutes, it has been Man City's. So they want to mark the lines, and Rüdiger will do that successfully.
That is good. That is a very good one.
But what I now noticed is like Rüdiger is not in the midfield. He went straight to the centre back. Alaba is now tilting towards the left back. Then Camavinga is now in the midfield. Now check the formation. You see that Camavinga now is now playing 4. And Vinicius and Rodrigo are now playing into the midfield because it's like there's no way at the wings. So when you look at it very well, you look at he has a structured the formation. You can see Camavinga here now. Look at the left side. You can see Rüdiger. Rüdiger is now in the defense, pairing Militao, and I think Alaba is now on the left-hand side. That's the essence of bringing Rüdiger in. Just to, when you have Camavinga, I was talking about bringing a faster midfielder, younger midfielder that has energy.
Yeah.
I was talking about Tchouaméni, but there's Camavinga, but I was not talking about Camavinga because he was playing 3. He was already in the starting lineup. And you see that was what Ancelotti is now doing now. He noticed that he needs a younger midfielder that can pace, that can run. See Camavinga. You can see all those markings. Cruz is just doing positioning. Who is marking? Camavinga closing to the ball. Cruz is just positioning himself for passes. And when you look at it very well, Madrid can actually come back into this game if Man City sleeps. So it's City that can stop City.
Okay, City that can stop City. Thank you very much. Doki, can you just talk about Manchester City, what you have seen so far? Just the way you explain about Real Madrid.
Actually, just as you can see here, City is keeping their formation. The formation is okay. They're in control of the game, so they don't need tweaking or changing anything. Now they have to match up with Madrid's formation. And how do they do this? They might need to go a bit deeper. Okay, hold the ball more rather than attack. keep the ball more, because Madrid is now going to stop them much more easily with Camavinga running in the center, and you can see Vinicius putting a lot of pressure on the defense. Okay, so City needs to just maintain a good balance of keeping the ball rather than losing it in the form of, attacking. Yeah. Because if they keep on attacking and losing the ball, Madrid will come back at them. And all they need to do is throw one or two balls into the 18 penalty area. And what's his name? Vinicius Junior or Benzema.
And that's the counter.
That is a counter for Manchester City. De Bruyne. And Allah is trying to open from him there. Oh, it was blocked.
Allah should have run in straight, not to change his runs.
Not to run. He will have run to the right hand side, not to the left hand side, because it was blocked.
If Alan has stayed in his run, he will have got that ball.
Yes, he will have done it.
Or force Militao to cause a corner kick or something.
Because that's what Militao was going to do. Yes. Militao was going to shoot. He was going to try and deflect the ball. So Alan will have just collected it and, done something with it.
So, of course. Okay, so what has actually affected the combination of Vinicius Junior and Benzema?
Yeah, it's just the tactical brilliance of Guardiola. If you look at him playing these three at the back, he most likely go along with Ake and Nathan Ake and Akanji. Yeah. But tonight, he looked at it. He needs to do a clean job on Vinicius. That's why
Ake is having injury. Ake is out.
Okay, Ake is out.
There's not going in the bench.
You can see that first leg, Kyle Walker did a good job on Vinicius, and that's why he's leaving him.
It's a dangerous attack.
It's from the right. From the left. There's nobody. It was a bad one. So nobody. Nobody exactly. All right, I'm hearing you.
So when you look at it, Kyle Walker will do a better job even compared to Ake on Vinicius because of the pace. Kyle Walker too has pace. That explains why whenever Vinicius is with him and they pace it up, Kyle Walker is always neck on neck with him. And you need a guy like that to stay on him, because two pace out of the defense, it can be 2-2. So they need to stay on him.
Yeah, they need to stay. Can you just in 1 minute talk about Rodri? What you have his performance so far in this match?
Rodri is holding the midfield. He's doing a very wonderful job of ball holding there. He's frustrating the attack. He actually collected the midfield from Lucas Modric. Modric was supposed to be the puppeteer there, but he couldn't do it. Okay, so look at the way it is. Rodri is doing a great job, spoiling everything. Gundogan is doing the sweeping job. He's just picking it up and sweeping. Now Asensio is coming in, tired legs, of course.
Older legs too.
A more experienced. Rodri is definitely a less experienced and tired leg right now. With Asensio, we know Asensio has precision in front of goal. That's one of the qualities I respect about him. Just give him one or two chances. He takes a shot from outside or within your penalty area. It's in there. So that's one of the qualities. He has a super sub that scores. So Man City needs to watch out for that guy, and they need to do it very, very open-eyed.
All right. What about the three men? This time around, it's not four defender, the back line of Manchester City. What do you have to say about the defense? The three men at the back.
Yeah, in football nowadays, you leave the wing backs to run the wings when you are playing three at the back. Three at the back means you have most defensive solidity, but you need guys at the wings that can pace. So what Guardiola did is he sacrificed the two wing backs to be attackers. Now play two holding midfielders. So what those holding midfielders do now is to mark the front of those three defenders. So that means they are exerting more energy than before. That's why you see Stones is a centre back but playing in front of the defense. The Rodri too is good both attacking wise and defensively, but more defensively. So when you see Rodri now, he marks the midfield. Stones is there. Any loose ball that pass through Rodri, Stones is there to cover before he now gets to the defense. Then they have attackers that keep midfielders of Madrid and their defenders at bay. So when you have it like that, what you will get is Madrid will not really attack that much to open those wing backs space for them to see that okay, this place is opened and is lacking. So when you have a team, Man City just want to dominate play. When they dominate play, Madrid will not be able to express those loopholes to operate through it and do something about it. So with that, I think this game is almost done and dusted for Man City.
You see Grealish from the right to the
He's
midfield.
a very slicky player.
Very slick and very fast.
You know, I was arguing with one football fan. I was saying, okay, you look at Grealish in Manchester City. You must say that Grealish is the worst player in Manchester City. That he doesn't know how to play ball. I said, but you are not seeing what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing, I'm seeing that he has improved and he's taken along the team.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. No!
That would have been Haaland's goal.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That was a good save from
Wow, that was a beautiful save. Hey, look at it. Oh, and he went and hit the crossbar.
Wow.
And you can see the disappointment is in Haaland's face. He said, oh, I have missed this opportunity. And it's a corner kick for Manchester City, quickly taken by Grealish. And who is there in the box? They are trying to... Oh, what the referee say? A free kick. You know.
Wow.
And the referee called... That was a close one. That was a very close one.
And on his weaker foot.
Oh, you can see Guardiola holding his head. Even there is no hair, you can see him holding it.
Yes, even if there's no hair. But you know, Guardiola is just this coach that if you have 10 chances, he wants you to score. If he's leading 5-0, you still see him holding that same head there. How will you lose this chance? You know, he wants you to kill.
Because you know the third goal is always more helpful. It keeps you. It actually gives you some comfort.
Yeah.
You know, it's like security. If you score a third goal now, quarter of an hour to go, then you have comfort. But without the third goal, then you don't have comfort.
Yeah, you know, the third goal is very important because it will now give them to be in a better, comfortable position. Well, any extra goal for Man City will always make it more comfortable.
Of course.
But you know, Guardiola, even if you score 10, he still wants it to add to it. But any which way, we are in for a very exciting game. You know,
during the press conference, you know,
Militao just got a yellow card for dissent.
Wow.
Kamavinga committed an offense.
Another yellow card from Grealish.
Oh, he's one of the most fouled players.
He got a yellow card, and Militao also had a dissent on the referee, and he got one. For talking too much.
For talking too much.
You know, they'll start expressing.
I just hope he won't slap the referee.
He doesn't want to go to where this
I don't know his
Mitrovic.
name. I know some people slap some people over the weekend. And right now, they are possibly regretting doing that slap publicly.
Okay. That one can only happen here.
We saw the goal before it happened.
Akanji, what a butchering! This is butchering. They came to how do you call it? They came to
Abattoir.
They came to Abattoir.
They brought them
That's why we call it Abattoir. Etihad is Abattoir.
They December them.
Maybe they will change the name.
They December them.
Etihad to Abattoir.
Head here, legs there, tail here, shoe here.
I said,
they don't remove their skin.
Banyan got 3.
Look at that should be on the offside. Okay, he came back. That other guy kept them in. Kept them on.
Akanji is on.
Oh, it wasn't that.
It's an own goal.
Wasn't that Akanji?
It's an own goal.
Look at it. Look at the replay.
Akanji not the ball, but had to take a deflection off.
Oh, he headed the ball. You know, it was not the strong touch.
Militao put it in for them. Thank you, Millie.
And the difference between the defense of last week and this week is this.
You got a goal. Look at the bright side. Your name is on the board.
Oh, Ancelotti said go and check the VAR. Ancelotti is protesting that goal. Say, go check the VAR, and the referees about checking the VAR, and they've called him. They've called him.
It's a goal!
The goal has been given.
City gets the goal.
Has made it 2-3.
Eder Militao is an
you know, I told you at the start of this match. This is what we want to see. The better team should actually win this time.
Yeah.
You understand? When you're starting a match, the referee tells you, may the better team wins. At the end of the day, the better team sometimes does not win.
So do we say it is over?
Oh yes, this is
a separate
this is as done as done and dusted.
I don't understand. What's the worst? It can be 3-2, but not 3-3.
It's not even going to be 3-2. City will still score because Haaland is yet to register a goal, and the young man needs goals.
For me, I think
you can now see the frustration.
Made a mistake.
Haaland needs goals.
He shouldn't have started with Eder Militao. Eder Militao is one.
Oh, you can see the fans. They
So
all
the
back. They are not watching again.
fans.
They back.
No,
They back the stadium.
that's the citizen celebration. They turn their back to the stadium and then they jump. That's citizen.
53,400 capacity stadium filled to the brim, and you can see it is Manchester City celebrating. They back. That's the style of
Real Madrid possibly has about 3,000 fans in there.
Yeah.
But they will be lost in the crowd.
They will be lost in the crowd.
You won't even want to show your colors now. You want to be like, I'm not Madrid.
Madrid has
I'm
not been able to even score a goal.
I'm just here to watch the match. Oh, sorry, like
But
say,
keeping a clean sheet.
Still bringing on.
Still bringing Mahrez. He's bringing Mahrez. Who is coming out? Who is coming out at
I think
this time?
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo might step
because
up.
I think it's Bernardo Silva that is responsible for him being benched.
Okay.
Oh, is he replacing him with Gundogan? I think Bernardo Silva will now drop into the midfield.
Gundogan has been a fine player.
Gundogan.
All
Gundo. Like he's called.
All season.
His fellow players, they call him Gundo.
Man, this season we have to give it to Manchester City, and we have to give it to Guardiola.
That's
no
a
matter
proud
what.
Turkish stepping off the field.
He has really
No,
built
he's
Manchester.
a German.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
German
That is a
midfielder,
Turkish.
yes.
Is a Turkish.
And you can see Militao coming out, and
Tchouaméni
coming in for him.
He should have started Camavinga and Camavinga left side, but Tchouaméni in the midfield. You have these guys that can run you down, and you need somebody that has the strength. Ceballos too. This is the guy that was on loan at Arsenal, I think last season or 2 seasons ago. So bringing in this guy too. What's his name?
Lucas
Vasquez.
Camavinga
It's just like go and test.
I think they just want to give them play time, just give them minutes in the Champions League. This is over. Barca has taken the La Liga from us.
But that is that's
another son of Barca has taken the Champions League from us. And of course, we have our small trophy to hold. We won the Copa del Rio.
And they won the World Club Championship too. So that's big.
Yeah,
that was last. That was spillover of last season.
Yeah, but it's still a trophy. They could as well have lost it.
That's a friendly cup. This is the tournament. This is the tournament. This is the real match, and they're losing it
in football
to another son of Barca.
Yeah, in
football, it's more painful when you're losing it to another son of your enemy.
Yeah,
it's more painful,
Your enemy is not there, but your brother is there. Oh! You see the way they blocked Allah. They only succeeded in blocking Allah because
for a moment.
Yeah, bro.
For a moment, watch it. It's coming back. Haaland must get a goal.
No, I want to tell you something. What Ancelotti said during the interview. Ancelotti said they kept Allah from scoring game. I said, how did they do it? He said by keeping possession from the back. You understand what I'm saying? They kept possession from the back, and they studied his moves. But not knowing that Manchester City is not all about Haaland. There are more to it. Other people are there. And that is what you have seen. Haaland did not score, but other people scored. Akaji coming from defense to come and score. Bernardo Silva coming from the midfield to come and score. So you have to give it to them.
Yeah, of course. You have to give it to them. But, I said it that the mistake I think Ancelotti made was not starting with the defensive pairing he did last week. He should have started Rudiger and paired him with Alaba. Because Rudiger has this aggressiveness that he can frustrate Haaland in this match. But Eder Militao has been absorbing so many of the pressure and
eventually got one in.
Yeah.
Of course, for the opponent now.
So I still think the better side has won, actually. Because, you know, we actually said it. No matter who we started with, too, with the way Man City play at the Etihad, it's a slaughter ground. So, if Madrid really tried, maybe they will get a 1-0 defeat.
Or 2-1.
But, you know, 3-0. You know, if Madrid didn't show up for this match, 3-0 is...
oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous!
Oh, and you can see the changes. Oh, the changes made by Ancelotti is beginning to pay off. You can see the pressure on Manchester City now. But I want to give it to the defense of Manchester City. You can see all of them. De Bruyne, Haaland is even back. Everybody behind the ball. All Manchester City players behind the ball.
The mistake Man City made last season was losing too many chances. This season, they learned from their mistake. And they know that when you allow Madrid to score one, you are waking something in them. So that's why they are very cautious of one goal.
The first goal is very important.
Very important. So I think this is a Man City game that they have won. But the game is not yet finished, so anything can still happen. But to me, nothing is going to happen again in this game. Apart from maybe Man City scoring more goals.
Apart from Manchester City scoring more goals. As it stands now, it is the 83rd minute into the second half. You just have 7 minutes left for normal time. And it is 3-0 in favor of Manchester City. On aggregate, it is 4-1. As it stands, it is Manchester City who will be going to Istanbul. We're going to Istanbul for final, and probably you'll be meeting Inter Milan. Manchester City versus Inter Milan.
Yes, at the Istanbul, Man City. Man City is going to be winning, except if they end up stopping themselves.
Oh, and you see, Foden came in for De Bruyne.
Yeah.
De Bruyne is tired.
Yeah, he's tired.
Totally, definitely out
And
of
they
class.
have to rest key players too, because they are not chasing just one trophy. It's the treble. And the owners have promised them 2 million each to every part of the team, I think. I think the players, that if they can win the treble, 2 million pounds each. So, and that's enough motivation.
Will that be possible for them?
Oh, sure.
Of course.
They can get a treble.
All the people
They've
that
won the Premier League already just to play one novelty match.
It's the one of their team.
Who are they playing on Saturday?
Chelsea.
That's the novelty match.
Chelsea this season is the novelty, but you have to still remember that it is still the same Chelsea that made sure that Man City has not touched the UEFA Champions League trophy so far. We did it successfully. So we have our
How many
pride.
goals do you allot for not showing up? When your opponents
3-0.
don't show up?
Yes.
3-0.
They should just give them 3.
For Chelsea. I don't think that will happen. We are not Real Madrid.
They are not going to show up.
We are a different kind of animal.
They will come, the people will stand there, but they won't show up.
Yeah, but you know, you can say that again though, because we have Lampard on the bench. You know,
No, Chelsea has been below par this season. Let's not put it
very
on Lampard.
poor.
They've
Below par
tried
is
3 coaches.
included language.
They've tried
Very
3
poor.
coaches this season, and they have failed all the 3 coaches. So it's not just about Lampard. The team is not in the right
Tuchel
state.
didn't fail.
Oh, well, what happened to Tuchel?
Tuchel was something that happened between Todd Boehly and Tuchel. It was not footballing reasons, I think. Because when you look at Tuchel's record, he was 6th on the table. He was very close to the man at the first, Arsenal. How many points away?
I think it was just a few points.
For a few points, so he didn't fail. It was Graham Potter that came and failed successfully.
Okay, let's quickly look at players who have played more semi-finals, because this is a semi-final of the Champions League. Let us look at players who have played more semi-finals than others in the world. I think right now as it stands, it's Ronaldo who has the highest record. Ronaldo has played 21 semi-finals, while Xavi Alonso has played 17 semi-finals. We have Xavi Hernandez also have played. Xavi Hernandez has played 16 semi-finals. Sergio Ramos have played 16 semi-finals. Then Benzema, this is the 16th semi-final too that is playing here. Toni Kroos, this is the 16th semi-final too that is playing. Thomas Muller have played 15. Dani Alves, and they've all played. Ike Casillas have played 14. So we'll give it to them. This cap now for Toni Kroos and Benzema makes it 16. That is a very high record.
Yeah, that's That's very
16 semi-final in the Champions is not easy.
It's not
No, that's a lot. That's a lot. You know.
And it depends on the team you are playing for.
When you know, when you're looking at a tournament that plays only 6 matches in the qualifying stage, and most teams drop out from the qualifying stage, 50% go through, and then the next stage, 50% goes through. Eventually, the club that plays the highest number of matches are going to play 8 matches, you know. So, and then somebody has played 17 or 18, how many semi-final matches? And they don't work for themselves. That means they must have played close to the final like 2 or 3 times, and which is good.
Which is good. And right now, those people who have played, we are not seeing Cristiano Ronaldo, we are not seeing Messi. Their time is up.
Yeah, of course.
Their time is
it's
up.
an end of an era already.
End of an era. We are beginning to look at that. But this is on pressure now. Vinicius Junior did not come to the party.
He came, but it was just
how many attempts of goal has he had?
He came to the party. You
How
can see
many
him on
attempts?
the field.
No,
Some
he
people,
didn't
but
come to the party.
he did. Man City just did a very good job on
That's why he didn't come to the party.
But in this kind of thing, can you stop Messi? Can you stop Ronaldo? Like
Of
that?
course, there are games that you stop.
But even though you stop them, they'll still have attempts.
And that's what I'm
We are not
saying.
saying Vinicius has not done anything.
He didn't have one attempt.
Yeah.
He didn't have one assist.
That's because
he
Man
didn't
City
have
had
one.
most of the possession.
He didn't even have a final ball. He didn't give a final ball
Yeah.
as a support striker. So he didn't come to the
And
party.
he didn't even have a smooth move.
He didn't show up.
He didn't have a smooth move because anytime you want to move, one can take the ball from him. You know.
And then the 89th minute, 3-0 is gone.
89 minutes. 1 minute to normal time will be over, and let's see how many additional time.
No, you just look at where play is happening. Look at the part of the field where play is happening. Madrid is trying to play their way out. And they can't get out of that. They are forced, their own third.
Haaland,
And that's where City wants to play the ball. Opponent's final third.
Haaland is being withdrawn.
Haaland is going out.
Beautiful,
He still stands as the highest goal scorer in the Champions League.
That's correct.
He has 12 goals.
Yeah.
12 goals, and next to him is Salah, who is out. 8 goals.
Yeah.
So he's still the Baba. He's still the Baba for this year.
The highest scorer Champions League, highest scorer Premier
Premier
League.
League.
And what other way? Record-breaking season in the Champions, in the Premier League.
And he will likely get a treble.
Yeah.
And should he get a treble, he's going to contend that trophy, that Ballon d'Or, with Lionel Messi.
Of course, he will be nominated.
He's second on the power ranking, as it is. But
The only-
should they win those 3, it will be very tight.
Very, very.
Because Messi's strength now is in the World Cup
It's just the World Cup.
and the Ligue 1 that he won. He won Ligue 1, World Cup, scoring about 20 goals or 20 goals plus assists in one season, and then MVP of the World
29,
Cup.
I think 29.
MVP of the World Cup. I think he was also what again at the World Cup?
He was the highest scorer. No,
No,
I think
Mbappe was
Mbappe was the
highest
highest scorer, yes.
Yeah, Messi
He was the
Messi.
best player, Golden Ball, best player in the World Cup, and the World Cup winner, just those 2.
So right now, if we talk about Messi, where is he going to? Because it's not certain.
Yeah,
Al Hilal, they are almost running up. They say Barcelona have increased. Where is he going to?
He said to the end of the season.
As it is, as it stands, the pointers are towards Barca. Barca is making arrangements. They are like cleaning the room, you know, when the big man is coming to visit you. You start painting your room, moving out furniture that are obsolete or not performing. And that's what they're doing. Okay, so they're trying to get rid of some players who won't allow them to...
A substitute!
Julian Alvarez. You know when we were
Substitute
speaking,
just came in
I was
for-
said Alvarez has been on the bench. World Cup winner, top performer. These guys can win the whole match, even if it started. Look at it. Haaland was just unfortunate because too many eyes were on him.
Yeah.
This one had less people praying on him.
Just 2 minutes into after the substitution, he took over from Allard and he's scoring the goal.
Now it's 4-0. Oh, some Madrid players want to walk out. Oh, Ronaldo is not playing today. That's a below the belt one. Ronaldo fans are not going to like that.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
This is flogging.
Beautiful.
Flogging.
Beautiful.
Look at that
Ronaldo
assist
doesn't
by Foden.
walk out
Look at that pass
when
by
he's
Foden.
Starting 11.
Come on,
He only
they
walked out.
substituted him once and he just walked away.
I want to give that. I want to give that clap. It's not to the scorer, but to Foden for that assist.
No, but that goal was classic.
It was classic.
Classic. Most people will have hit it against Courtois now.
Yes.
The guy covers everywhere. It's so long.
It's so long. Yeah, it's long.
Julian Alvarez.
Oh,
sorry, bro.
Yes, you can crash your hair. You have hairs.
You won
it's
it
not like
last year.
Guardiola who is crashing hair. We don't have
Can't
hair.
win
Now
it
he
every
knows
year.
that Etihad is a slaughter ground.
Wow.
You can't win it every year. Guardiola said it at the press conference. He was very stern and he told them clearly, this match, this game at the Bernabeu will not determine who goes through. This is going to be decided in Manchester. It was very clear. They said, what do you think? The outcome of this game? He said, no. I say it again, this game will be decided in Manchester. Man. And then they got a draw from the Bernabeu, and he told them, let's go to City. Let's go and see what happens there. And they've done it. They got their pound of flesh back. Last season, these guys punished them. Now this season, football, you know, football is like crazy. It's like that.
Just some seconds left. But how did they go with a clean sheet in this match?
Because they did well defensively. They did the threat that Madrid came with. They neutralized it. So that's just what happened.
Guardiola prepared for it. He has the players to play it.
And that's the final whistle.
And that is the final whistle. It is Manchester City who have qualified for the final.
5-1.
And it is going to be
5-1.
Manchester City versus Inter Milan.
International.
You can see Guardiola celebrating there, greeting the staff, and you can, I know the joy. Because though they was accused of overthinking tactics. Now overthinking tactics is paying off.
Has produced results.
You know, it is overthinking and making
huge result. 4-0.
And on aggregate,
the great
5-1.
Real Madrid, the cup holders, and the World Club Cup owners humiliated 4-0 at the Etihad. And that's the joy of football.
And you know, Madrid is the most successful World Club winner and the Champions League winner at the same time. They are the most successful club in the whole world. Yeah. Based on those.
So we're thinking Real Madrid was going to make it 15 times.
And you're taking those to the cleaners, make it even more interesting.
Yeah,
you know, just take the super boys to the cleaners. Not even 1-0, not 2-1. They were beaten hands down.
Yeah.
Put your hands behind you.
Blue.
Oh yeah, pull down your whatever. Sorry, sir. And then they say, would you do it again? No, sir, I won't do it again, sir. I'm sorry, sir. And then the game is over.
Oh my. This is football.
No, but this was
is football, very interesting football.
If you are wearing blue.
If you are wearing blue.
You're on the white
I know
side,
as they pay some, you're going to sweet some. As you're going to pay some, you're going to sweet some. But right now, he's sweeting us. I don't know how he's doing us, but to me, it's doing me well.
It's doing me very well.
Because it's better.
Although I'm wearing white here, but my inside is city blue.
Is it doing you well?
I'm a neutral. So,
you know why it's doing me well? It's doing me well because this is a sweet football.
Yeah.
This is the kind of football I want to watch.
We enjoyed every
The competition is strong.
And Man City made it more fun.
Yeah.
Because their entertaining way of playing football.
Yeah.
It really made it more fun. Honestly, it made it more fun. So
They really made it more fun. And the match between Middlesbrough versus Coventry is still 1-0. Coventry is leading. And additional minutes, 8 additional minutes. That's huge.
And they've played 3 already out of it.
3, and they have 4 minutes left to end it.
And let's remember that this is the semi-final of the playoffs.
Yes.
The final will take place
on Sunday.
on Sunday.
Saturday.
The winner here will be facing Luton.
Yes.
Luton City, right?
Luton Town.
Luton Town, right.
Final,
At the Wembley Stadium. So it's always one of those interesting matches that English football faithfuls look up to end the
Luton
season.
Town plays in
Championship.
no, they play in central London, right?
No,
I think their location, their stadium is in London.
It's just a modest team. Just not too. Their stadium is not that big.
No, yeah, it's a very small
But they are
stadium.
going to the bigger stage.
No.
One of the biggest stadium in the world.
And they play very good
Traditional
football.
ground.
They play very good football. They've had 12 matches unbeaten. Just to tell you how good it is. They've really done well. You know, this coming to this match, I thought Middlesbrough would just have a sweet over them.
Middlesbrough has really been the architect of their own downfall. Really. You can see misplaced passes. I think they were under too much pressure. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah, they are not accurate.
Even before the goal, there were too many misplaced passes, inaccurate passes whereby you just lose the ball carelessly. And Coventry are the most serious side. They came to do business. And they've been more clinical than Middlesbrough. If you look at the way they play, their transition play has been better than Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough has been a shadow of themselves so far in this game. They are just trying to play individual football. Just individual game.
You can even see the fans crying.
They're possibly playing under a lot of pressure.
Yes.
They came in here like the favorites.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the underdogs have taken over. And at this point in time, it's a playoff. There's no underdog per se.
Yes.
You both have to play for it. And it's just too much.
I saw some fans crying. Why will fans cry when they are winning you?
It's an emotional game. Football is filled with emotions. That's why you see some players do stupid things. It's an emotional game. That's why you see even some fans take it to this extreme. Yeah. You know, there are some fans that even end up killing each other because it's extremely emotional. Yeah. So even when you are trying to banter guys, you need to understand the kind of temper that the person you are trying to banter has. Because football
otherwise it could turn to violence.
Yes, it can turn to violence.
It can be extremely violent and pretty fatal sometimes.
Yes, so you just need to be careful. You can see them crying. The stadium is just...
Football and sports games, so they are so passionate. They are passionate entities. You have to understand that.
How on earth did he miss that? How on earth did he miss that?
It's an offside anyway, wouldn't count.
Wow. I remember this kind of goal. I remember what Ayegbeni, the goal
in the World Cup against Japan.
In the World Cup.
Is it Japan? No, South Korea.
One-on-one with the goalkeeper.
It wasn't even one-on-one. It was an open net.
Open net, empty net.
It was a square play.
Look at it.
Was in front of him.
What is this?
Kai.
You see how lackadaisical they've been.
No, but that wasn't his fault. That was the best he could do.
No, that was not the best he could do.
That was not the best he could do.
It's
about capacity. You guys are forgetting capacity.
That you can't give what you don't have.
You don't have. They're tired. This is 90-something minutes. The guy wanted to shoot the ball into the net, but because of his constitution, that was the best he could do. He wanted to shoot it in the net. He tried hard to put it in the net. Do you know the kind of glory he's going to get if he scored that ball?
Well,
so he wanted to do it. That was the best he could do at the moment. He failed.
Successful.
And that was our best chance so far. I don't think they will have that chance again.
No, but that was offside already.
Just few seconds remaining to the end of the match.
Even if he scored, they wouldn't have counted.
Few seconds remaining to the end of the match, and any moment from now, the referee is going to blow the final whistle, and you can see the goalkeeper of Middlesbrough coming out from his post to come and score. You know.
Can this be pushed into penalties?
This is the last moment. The last moment.
Happen?
No! It's still on. And there's another corner kick. And the regulation, the added time is over. And some seconds after 8 minutes, and after this corner, I'm very sure.
You know, extra time is just like at least 8 minutes. Yeah. So they can the referee can decide to add more.
The last kick of the game.
Oh.
No. That's it. Kick it away.
And the referee has blown the final whistle. Okay. And it is Coventry who has qualified. Congratulations to Coventry. And no wonder they will celebrate, because this will be the first time they will be getting to this level.
Yeah, and they will go and face Luton too, which is the first time. So 2 newbies in the final of the playoff. And we will go home with £178 million. That's huge.
That's huge.
That's a big 78 million.
All right, Mr. Doki, and then Yemite. I used to call him out to post, but he's disclaiming it. Well, can you just see them? We have seen the result of the 2 matches: the Champions League second leg and the Championship playoff. We have seen the result. Can you just, in 2 minutes, summarize everything that has happened here today before we go?
When you look at it, Man City came with a game plan. Attack, attack, and attack. And they did that successfully. Madrid had no answers to their threat. And the 4-0 winners, 5-1 on aggregate. Sweet victory, deservedly. And what can we say? We enjoyed every bit of it. Games like that make us love football the more. And for Coventry against Middlesbrough, fair enough, Coventry were the better side. Coventry deserved to win this match actually. Because Middlesbrough were too eager. So they were, we spoke about discipline in the Madrid game. They were not totally disciplined because discipline is what will make you stay to the instruction of the coach on the field of play. And when you look at it, they started playing more of individual balls, individual play. And football is a team sport. When you start playing individually, you are at risk of losing, especially semi-final of a playoff as important as this. So, congratulations to Coventry. Weekend, let's see who will win between Luton and Coventry. And Istanbul too. Man City, Inter. For me, if I predict Man City all the way, and I think it's like their first Champions League is already very close to being put in their trophy cabinet.
All right, Mr. Doki. All right.
Okay, so let's take it from Middlesbrough, Coventry. Of course, a lot of people don't follow what happens in the championship. It's not like the Premiership, it's a second division kind of play. But as it is, this is a high-stake tournament. The winner goes away with 178 million pounds. That's a lot of money that you don't even get from Champions League. And this is the road to the final to get the, 178 million pounds. And Coventry has shown a good account of themselves tonight. They have actually showed that it is not about your past record, but what you can do in your present state. For the City and Real Madrid match, all right, I've been itching all day to watch that match because I had great expectations. Madrid, we knew, will always bring surprises. Unfortunately, Guardiola was waiting for them. It's like people who have plans, you know how to spring up in the bush, and they've already tied you to the trees. You can't spring anything. That's what happens today. So they couldn't spring the surprises because the Guardiola defense was all over them, and the players were itching for it. They are hungry for the glory of the UEFA Champions League. So they proved that tonight, that they really want it. From Haaland to Silva to the defenders, everybody was marking, everybody was attacking. The pressure was high on Madrid, and the better team won. And good enough. They'll be in Istanbul to face Inter. Of course, we can't write anybody off at this level of Champions League. That's why it's Champions League. But I'm going to give it to Man City. 3-1 at the final.
Thank you very much, Doki. Yemi, I want to use this opportunity to thank people for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, this is Premier Sport Fan Center. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. That is, when you subscribe, we always get you notified whenever we are on. This is how far we can go for today. Don't forget to join us tomorrow as we bring you the match. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Newcastle versus Brighton. And, the European League also, and the Conference League. But for now, it is bye from us.
And they even Saturday and Sunday too.
Yeah.
Stay glued to their screen.
Yeah, we'll be on Saturday and we'll be on Sunday to cover the Premier League, the La Liga, the Serie A, the Bundesliga. As most of the leagues are coming to an end, we'll always give you an update. For now, it's bye from us, and see you at the weekend.
Chelsea fan. I was just kind of